Welcome to Balls and Brews, Pod 98.
Cheers.
Cheers, money.
Oh. I mean, that doesn't...
Dude, for a niner...
It's like 9%.
For a niner, it's a great... Look at the color of this, you guys. So this is Maximus by Lagunitas. And I would say, actually, the freshness of it comes more so than just a dry hop, which is real nice. You get kind of like a dank, as it's described.
Yeah, it is a hoppy beer, but
for
it's
sure.
not... Yeah, it's the difference between the wet and the dry, and like it's more smooth, kind of, instead of that bite that you can get.
So it drinks at 9% though. Lagunitas, Petaluma, California. We've spoke about them several times, drank about them several times. So there you go. Shout out. Yeah. I kind of am in the mood for this. I prefer this right now, actually, rather than just a West Coast IPA. I think this kind of is a better way to start the morning. Well, early afternoon, whatever you want. So last night, the Pacers wrapped up the Eastern Conference Finals. Yep. We're going to talk hockey first, but the reason why I'm bringing it up is because I had a really good ESB last night from a local brewery, Sleeve. We've mentioned them several times as well. Super good. Phil, shout out to you. He's the head brewmaster, and he makes everything good. So it was a session. It was only 4.5%. It was super light, but it had that nice amber, like the copper.
I do like those copper amber beers. They're always pretty... I like that kind of that
malty profile.
The malty profile you get with them.
Yep. Yeah, big time. So
it hits.
That was pretty much like all I drank beer wise, because I'm trying to cut back on the beer consumption during the week outside of the pod.
Yeah, it's been pretty chill for me as well.
Nice.
I'm just some leftovers pretty much from Memorial Day weekend, which is a bunch of wine that we still had to drink.
Hey man, there's nothing wrong with wine. There's nothing wrong with wine. You just have to be real careful, because that stuff will fucking sneak up on you, dude. Yeah, that shit's 12, 13%. You don't even realize it. You're on your fifth glass. Just slow down. You're like, wow, it tastes so good. It's fine. It's going down. Exactly. That's the problem. Well, as you can see, we are short a member. Mr. Downey took a trip back out to Sac to go see the River Cats. So that's cool. We wish you good tidings, and he'll be back for Pod 99, and hopefully we'll be featuring our first guest upon that.
That's the one.
That pod as well.
100?
Yes, right before 100. That was kind of our marker, right? That's what you called out. All right, so the Stanley Cup Finals are also cemented, right? Yep. It is a rematch of last year with the Florida Panthers versus the Edmonton Oilers.
First time that there's been a rematch since 2009.
Which I think is awesome for hockey. I really do. I think that, building these dynastic teams can be good for this type of, where we're at with hockey as far as like their major, their piece of the pie, right? And even though Zach was here, he'd be like, fuck Canada. Having them in the Stanley Cup Finals is actually really helpful for the hockey market. It just is. It is.
Being a non-fan of the teams in both the NHL and the NBA, I still like the matchups. I think they're going to be really good on both sides for hockey and the NBA.
In theory, the hockey numbers should go up because of the rematch, and I think this is going to be a really lowly rated NBA final, just as far as the national market, because these are
to watch.
No, if you're a basketball fan, it's going to be good ball. These two teams match up. The coaches match up against each other. Like Carlisle, it has the coaching edge, but the Thunder have the talent edge as far as top to bottom. Halliburton, if he plays within, once again, we're going back into the NBA.
It bleeds.
It does. It's because they also run concurrent. The seasons run concurrent with each other. Exactly. So, it would be cool to also see if Connor McDavid gets there again and gets snubbed again. That would be something, man.
This kind of, I don't know, but both of these teams are playing so well.
I know. It should be a good series. I will definitely be watching the Stanley Cup.
McDavid's other leader for the team, I think it's Draisaitl. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right.
You're probably close to that.
Man, he's been fire too.
Hey.
The 1-2 combination between them is just
it takes a little bit more than just one dude. One dude can facilitate a good amount in hockey, but if you have two guys that are kind of on a tear at the same time, especially during the playoffs, let's go, baby.
Yeah, he's actually leading, I think, over McDavid as far as goals.
Hey, and I bet you Connor has no problem with that. I bet you he's saying thanks,
cleaning
bro.
up with those assists.
Yeah, it's still points on my plate, dude. We're going to the fucking finals. Yeah, let's see here.
Those are just the team leaders on ESPN. Just make it easy for us.
Yeah, Dreisaitl. Dreisaitl. I don't know how is it Russian or something like that. Dude's balling for sure. Good for him. I mean, so Florida versus Edmonton, Canada, all of Canada. Although I'm sure there's detractors of the Oilers because Canadians don't like them. It's the same rivalry as like American, based stuff.
Sure.
But I think the Panthers get it again. I do. I think they're just on fire. They stubbed their toe once against Carolina, and that was it.
Yeah, and even when Carolina would get a lead, it didn't matter in that series. Like, Panthers have been really good.
Yeah, I just think they are on. They're trying to build. They're trying to be that dynasty. And Florida, we went over it last pod with how many. It was just Tampa Bay and Florida were just they've made like
Crushing
6
it.
out of the last 10 Stanley Cup finals. So the state of Florida is just fucking repping down there. Yeah, I think they get it done. I don't to break the Canadian streak for Connor McDavid to be the one to do it. That would be impressive, and it can happen. It's not to say I think that the Oilers are playing equally good hockey right now. They could.
I'm kind of rooting for it myself.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have that, like, ooh,
Bias
America
to it?
versus
Sure,
Canada.
whatever.
It's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
like Florida. Man, have you been to Florida?
Oh shit! No, I haven't, but I would. I'd go
I've
to
been
Florida.
to both places. I prefer the north.
There you go, eh? Don't you know we're much more friendly up here? I don't know though. There's rivalries up there between inter-Canadian fucking teams like Montreal and fucking Vancouver do not like each other.
Oh yeah, no, and I completely get that. But it's just the other part of it is just like you were talking about. If McDavid does this for Canada, it would be so big for hockey, and I'm all for that.
Yes, no, I know. You kind of want to see the best story, the best narrative when you don't have skin in the game. If you have like a direct team where you're like, I want so and so to win, it's you pull for the story because then the off season's better. It plays to a better narrative. Although a back-to-back champ is impressive too. We haven't seen that in a while.
Yes.
So
either way, it's again good
it's
sports
good for
right
hockey.
now. Good
it will
for
be.
hockey.
Yeah, I think. But okay, now bleeding into the NBA, where as the Pacers just wrapped it up, we are in to 2 smaller market teams, as it were. Now, those markets, bless their hearts, give their all to their team. I will not say that, the city doesn't let those teams down. It's the national market, as it were. But Indiana is, people who know Indiana basketball speak about it very highly. There's that's a team. That Indiana Pacers team, they play off of each other very well. They pivot when things aren't going right. They will change their play style. Unfortunately, the Thunder can do the same thing, and they have insanely good athletes with Williams and Hartenstein, and obviously the MVP SGA. But it's a good matchup. It is from a basketball standpoint,
and I think this has been where the NBA is headed away from the once upon a time when you just star players would group up and banana boat it up. This is actually good team building.
Banana boat it up. We are flipping eras.
Yes, it changes with how the game changes with the salary cap and the new rules and everything involved. So
you also change with the superstars, and right now the biggest one we have is aged out in LeBron. The face of the NBA is kind of in question. We've talked about this several times.
This is the way.
Who's that in reference to?
That's Star Wars.
Well, I know that, but is that in reference to any player?
No, that's both of these organizations, the way that they're doing it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, Oklahoma City ate a bag of bricks for a long time. They knew exactly what they were doing. They dished everybody out. They took on as many lower end contracts and first round picks as they could hustle, and then they made a couple of moves that have hit.
Yep.
And they are right where they need to be. Super young. I hate it. I hate it so much, and I try not to use that word, but deep down in my loins, you guys, so. They are already plus 525, bordering on plus 600. I've heard at some books to win the finals already. It's not considered an even series even going into it.
Yeah, what is it? Going into, well, at least game 1, which is Thursday.
Thursday, correct? Yeah.
5:30 West Coast.
Ayo. West Coast to best coast for that, baby. That's an 8:30 Eastern tip-off, dude. Ugh.
It's in OKC, and they're a 9.5-point favorite for the first game.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's leaning their way, and I don't know, man. Everybody shits on Halliburton until it's time to beat him, and here the fuck he is. You know, like, you can only play if you can't. The argument of, you got the easy way, you got to play the easy teams. Not really, dude. They took down the fucking Cavs. They went through the number 1 seed.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm kind of liking him. He's repping Purdy because both of them are Iowa State boys.
I love you if you're gonna put the villain helmet on me, he's wearing it. He's fine with it. He's completely fine with it. And I think
I like his game.
Dude, his mid-range last night, you guys, was so good. These floaters from anywhere from 6 to 10 feet from the cup, just perfect. No question about it. Most of the time you see those go up and you're like, that's rim.
Yeah, I mean, I love Curry so much, but it's taken away from he's taken away from the mid-range game because everybody's going for the threes
analytics.
now. Analytics.
The game has changed in that. Bad. Well, look at the Celtics. When it works, it works, and when it doesn't, it doesn't. If live by the 3, die by the 3, which is why you have to be able to manipulate the game and be able to change
how you play.
Yes, on the fly.
That's why you need that mid-range game.
Our threes ain't working. We need to start shooting the ball from 10 to 16 feet, 18 feet maybe, and then if you get warming up on those, then you go back to the 3 line.
There you go.
It's a time-proven tale. Like, NBA, it's so... Not everybody is Steph Curry. In fact, most people are not Steph Curry, okay? So stop trying to be him.
And that's what's kind of bugged me about Ant's game. It seemed like
what happened to the end of this postseason for him? It was not a good series.
I feel like if he didn't have a clear path to the bucket, it was a 3 or a pass. He wasn't mid-range.
He wasn't creating for himself.
Yes,
off ball.
You have to do that if you're that guy.
If you're a superstar, you have to be able to create from all 3 levels, 1,000%. Like, it doesn't mean you necessarily have to be prolific at any one of them, but you have to be efficient. People have to know that, okay, he can make it from 2 feet, 6 feet, 12 feet, 20 feet. Like, and we have to guard him anywhere, right? Like, yeah, if you're just a simple drive and kick or a 3 guy, like, because he will stuff it on your ass too. But but that's what he's looking for. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So yeah, I agree. My pops has been shitting on him because I've been talking so high about him, and he's like, bro, he ain't doing it, dude. He ain't doing it, and he kind of didn't do it. And
he needs to take that next
You're
step.
You're a rim rocker, dude, but you got to learn 10 to 15 feet is where you need to live. DeMar DeRozan is who you need to turn into, Ant. Like, it's a clean game. Shoot your threes too, but I'm sorry, I'm sitting here like a fucking, couch coach, but like that would 100% put him over the top. 100%.
When we can see it, I mean, he's got to know it.
Correct, I know. And that's what I always try to remind myself.
Got to develop it.
That's what I remind myself is like, if I'm thinking about it, it's on their map. Like, because we're not within the establishment of any of this, right? You know, like, so.
We're just lovers of sports.
We are, yes, absolutely. And hopefully you are too. And of beer. This is really good, you guys. Still maintaining the nice, floral, right? The dankness of the hop. The wet hop is much nicer right now.
What do you think about, like, with the Knicks being eliminated, what do you think their team is missing? I mean, Hart was kind of a disappointment.
He was the weak link in the armor, especially. He didn't play a lot. When he did play, he was stone cold from behind the arc. When he was driving, he was getting good offensive rebounds. Like, that's where he was kind of making his money. But like, he wasn't an offensive force against the Pacers at all.
They didn't get much from their bench.
Well, except for that was Stevens or something. There was 4-4. 4-4 was lighting it up at one point. Like, he was the only real bench player that kind of gave him some juice.
But I mean,
number 6.
The last 2 games, there wasn't a guy over 40 minutes.
Mikal Bridges was not what he needed to be most games. True. He had a couple of games where he was schmeh, but most of it was below what I would say average or what you pay him for. Yeah, like. Thibodeau did try to use a little bit more of his bench. He did try to open up. He tried to change strategies, and in a couple of games it worked. But then when they just weren't.
I didn't really have an issue with Tibbs in the playoffs. My issue was Tibbs in the regular season running the guys as long as he did.
44 minutes, 46 minutes on average.
You don't need to do that in the regular season.
Not really, but I mean,
In the playoffs, I can feel you doing that more, but he didn't even do it as much.
You know, one thing I do want, now that we're specifically talking about playoffs, I do want to give a small shout out. It's a pretty big shout out. The refs have been letting them play. It has been old school. Don't complain about these fouls on both sides of the ball. Superstars aren't necessarily getting every call. Like, down in the middle it's got to be blatant. They're calling some hand checking because that's still a rule and they still have to. But like most of it is like they're letting them give them elbows, a little push. Like it's and I appreciate that because they're fighting for it. They want that. That's what the players want.
I like to see that a little bit more.
The players wouldn't engage like that if they didn't want to play ball like that. You know what I mean? And you also kind of have to test the line as to where the ump or the ref is going to call that whistle. And the only thing I want you to do is whatever you call in the first is what you call in the fourth. You don't get to change. You don't get to tighten the whistles as it gets later in the game. I hate that.
Don't change the call. You call it one way, and I'm good with it.
Establish how these are going to go, and that's fine. Whichever way. If you're tighter right off the rip, then they'll know, and then they have to adjust to that. But if you're looser, then you can't just come down in the final 3 minutes and just whistle. Like.
I do enjoy, a little bit more physical play though.
Love it.
Play a little bit more like that. Of course, you got to call the fouls that are.
But you know what it does do as well is it entices you to play more in the paint because you can get the physicality in there. You can do the back to the basket Shaq kind of routine if you got a guy who can do it.
And that's I like that game too.
Oh, dude, that's what the game we grew up on.
Yep.
This new age of the game. I think it's rounding a corner. They're playing some good ball, bro. They really are. I think that the reason why these two teams have been successful is because of the adaptation of like the nights where there's threes don't work. They stop taking threes. They do different things, right? They have size to get inside, and then they have some mid-range game too on both of those teams. So once again, all three levels depending on who's on the court.
The versatility.
Yes, it's not just like shoot 60 threes. I should have been more aware of the Celtics on that, dude. Like that'll work during the regular season. But once again, in the postseason, if you just go cold and you don't have a tactic to get around it, you're gonna burn. Like there's no way. You just can't outplay a bad shooting night if you don't adapt.
Yeah, to me, the Celtics are a perfect example, I feel, of a team that falls in analytics that doesn't need to.
Too hard.
If you backed off of that a bit, that team would be, I think, better overall and probably still playing because, man, that roster is still loaded.
I know, but it's going to change. There's the Tatum and Brown contracts are both kicking in this upcoming year, like concurrently.
And I mean, his injury, they're going to look different.
Big time. They're going to have to, either people are going to have to take a hometown discount if they want to stay, or they're going to have to rebuild. Same with the Bucks.
I mean, the Bucks...
they got to move Giannis, dude.
It seems like it could be a very entertaining summer or off-season.
Sure.
With Giannis and possibly Kevin Durant on the move.
The draft is coming up, too. I mean, number one is all but decided, right? It was the Cooper flag lottery, as most people saw it. I don't see that changing, right? Especially because he's just like a stand-up dude, too. Like, there's no character questions or nothing like that. So, but there could be big dudes on the move, literally big dudes. Giannis is massive. But the Nuggets are, have some things they need to figure out. Like, there's talent on that roster, but money's got to come. Like, obviously, you do everything to hold on to the Joker. But, outside of that...
changes are, I think, coming for that team, too, though.
Correct. Yeah. So it's going to be extremely interesting.
How much changes will be for, like, the Timberwolves and the Knicks, though? A lot of those contracts, a lot of those guys, I think, are under contract.
I think that, the Knicks are going to run it back at least with the main. They do have the main pretty much all situated. The top, like, 6. They signed OG. They signed Towns. They got Brunson. Like, at least I know those 3 are...
And, they could use some more depth. Like, they were kind of... The turnovers and the defense at times look bad.
The turnovers and the transition defense, especially Game 6.
They need a
horrendous
3D wing kind of...
Dude...
outside presence.
They just got sloppy with the ball. They leaned too hard into the banger ball and stopped taking care of it with, like... They gave up their finesse. They just turned it into a street fight, and Indy just was able to just parry those shots, and then just buckets, dude. There were guys at different times throughout that series that just got hot. That wasn't Halliburton. Nesmith absolutely lit him up to come back in Game 1. That was one of the single greatest games of basketball I've watched in the last forever. Like, it was so good. The Pacers got to overtime. his toe was a fucking inch away from no overtime, but then in overtime,
still get it done.
No doubt it. They didn't even give the Knicks. The Pacers scored the first 6 or 8 points. Like, it was like they took hold of it immediately.
Yeah, coming into the series, you might have thought, the Knicks are the more physical team, and Pacers matched that, and then they just showed the Knicks another side as far as like their versatility and how they can change and just adapt to whatever they were doing.
Right, which is why, from a basketball
dangerous
perspective, this is a great matchup. We've said this before, earlier in the segment, but if the national media doesn't get behind this and actually put it to the forefront the way that it's going to deserve, it's going to die in ratings so fast. Like, these are two smaller markets, let's just call it what it is. Even though I respect the fuck out of some of the Pacers. Reggie's the best, dude. I don't know who's doing the finals. It's ESPN, so it won't be Reg. Reg is part of TNT, which, rest in peace to Inside the NBA. That was the last. Is it? Oh my lord, we're gonna take a cheers to that, because that's heartbreaking, dude. Like, it's not a happy cheers. This is a sad cheers. But here's to you, Inside the
farewell
NBA.
Cheers.
Farewell, yeah.
All right, got one sip left.
I don't know why that came out. Shit, man. All right, so you know what else is going on in sports?
What that?
Is concurrently the softball and the baseball world championships. So we're in the super regionals.
Oh, just because we didn't mention it real quick, just to rewind. The NBA for Game 1 kicks off Wednesday. Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday at 5 p.m.
I thought I just wanted to say, all right, bet.
So, yeah.
Wednesday.
Florida is plus 105.
Oh, the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, the finals. You said the finals. I thought NBA.
No, I went over the NBA, all right. I guess I didn't say that.
My bad. Our bad, as it were. Yeah. A little slight miscommunication. So we're talking, yes, the Stanley Cup.
But we did so much bleed in that last segment.
And also, it's good. Don't overlap. Duh. Have them not be on the same fucking days.
Yeah, this is great. I get great sports Wednesday and Thursday.
Hockey, basketball, and then potentially hockey, basketball. Yes. I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be good.
So, yeah, because then they go Friday is their next game, where the NBA is... Oh, I hit the wrong shit.
No, they extend the finals.
Sunday. Dude. Yeah, so there's a couple games
Friday,
in between.
Saturday, there's another hockey game in between. Shit. I mean, it makes sense, dude. The NBA wants to they do. And to be fair, it makes it a little bit better. To be fair, it makes it a little bit better because you do get that extra day of rest. You want to see these guys be at 100%, right? You want to see the best games possible. So I'm okay with it. It's the final series, but I still do think it should go 5-5-7-7. I don't like the 7-7-7-7. For the playoffs. It's too goddamn long. And the NBA will never listen to me because they moved from just 5-7-7-7. The first two should be 5. Okay, maybe go back to just the first one being 5. 1v8 should not be 5. I know. But this is our podcast, and I'm gonna bitch until somebody listens. Oh Lord. But no, what I was mentioning as we move forward into is the World Championship or the World College Championship.
Yes, not to take away from that at all.
Both baseball and softball. And in softball, for the first time in a million years, there's parity. They actually had Texas A&M go down before the Super Regionals, got beat by Liberty. So normally it's chalk. It's women's sports in general in college traditionally go chalk, especially like the NCAA tournament. The one seed's gonna win it, more or less. Like, you never see the smaller school even get out of the fucking round of 32 more often. Anyway, bleed over. The college baseball is a great game. Baseball in general. I was having fun. I was doing cardio at the gym, and I was watching Wake Forest versus Miami of Ohio. It kept me there. I was just
into it, huh?
Yeah, I was. I was into it enough to be like, all right, well, we'll just keep on these steps, dude.
Power through.
Yeah. And this guy roped this fucking dude. The pitcher was trying to work him. No outs, 2 on, and he goes 3-2 full count. and he throws a fastball right, and he just grabs it, dude. And I literally stopped. There was a lady on the treadmill in front of me, and I went, ooh, and she just was like, she looked back at me because I don't know if maybe she thought I was looking at her or something, but I was definitely watching the
I can only hope
the game, the game, and she was like, yeah. I was like, dude, no doubter, right off the rip. She was like, straight out. Hell yeah. Good on that lady. Appreciate you. But yeah, no, I'm just saying, and then it's cool to see like that super competitiveness, dude. It's good baseball, good softball is crazy, dude. The athletes in softball these days, especially the pitchers, shout out, and catchers trying to catch those risers. Apparently there was a chick who threw 72 miles an hour, dude. Yeah, there's only 48 feet. It's not like the MLB where, was this 105? 100, what is it to the mound to the home plate?
This is a downy question,
this is big time.
I'm sorry, I can't help you here.
I heard this recently though. It's only 48 feet to the fucking from mound to home plate. This chick is throwing 72 miles an hour. It's the equivalent of 100 mile an hour as far as reaction time to a bigger ball.
Let's see. What else? You got anything else for the ladies?
No, I think it's just one of those things that I just wanted to give a shout out to the ladies as far as like, well, Caitlin Clark get healthy, so I get the Pacer game, but you're on, and then Paige Beckers got a concussion.
Yeah,
out 2 games, which sucks because they're prime time. One of them's a primetime game, so that kind of sucks for the WNBA. But
Dallas has kind of started slow too, so that hurts them at least.
Well, yeah, big time. Like, but the news. The news is that Angel Reese is not good in the WNBA. That's the news. Okay, she's not. She's a me-bounder, not a rebounder.
Oh, shots fired.
I'm sorry. I'll put myself on the shit list for taking it, but I just can't stand her game, dude. And then the Caitlin Clark doesn't deserve all the praise. I think Caitlin Clark does, dude. She's a baller, bro.
Yeah, no, she
baller.
Is.
Like
that's why the WNBA has gotten so much attention. Why she brought it to college, because she's that girl that just balls out on the floor.
She just good. She do a little bit of everything.
Yeah, you want to disrespect your game, I hate her, really. There's no... She's
if you watch her from
game.
a basketball standpoint, what can you not like about her game? Like, it's solid across the board. Like, you give her a layup, she makes it. Just saying.
But that's how Angel gets all those rebounds, bro.
I watched this. It was a continued short of a gang of guys doing Let It Ride on Angel Reese misses her first shot, and they got 6 games in a row and cashed out, dude.
Damn.
Yeah, 6 Let It Rides, and on like the 5th and 6th one, they were going for like thousands of dollars because it just doubled and tripled and quadrupled, and like they ended up making like 10 G's off of a couple $100 bet.
Shout out to those
guys,
guys,
dude.
man.
I forget their fucking names, but it was great to watch.
I'm ready for a refresher.
Dude, this one right here is a nice little RTD. Are you going to pour it?
Yes.
All right.
I already started.
All right.
You made me hesitate for a second, but it's pouring. I'm thirsty.
No, I was just going to say we drink it out the can, but look at this beautiful... No, look at this beautiful color. It's a Paloma.
It looks
Paloma.
like a Smirnoff.
It's a Paloma. Looks like a grapefruit
or a Zima.
No, because yours is pink, bro. Look at that. That's pink. Like mine's a little bit more opaque. You poured yours better.
That's because of the red on my glass, though.
That does make sense. Good call. Okay, because mine's blue, thusly.
Yeah, that's an easy drinker. Damn, that just tastes like grapefruit soda.
That's tasty, isn't it? If it was a little less sweet and had a little bit more pepper.
Yeah, I'd like that a little drier, personally.
Exactly. If there was a little less sweet and a little bit of pepper. Because, like, the thing that I love about tequila when you make it with cocktails correctly is if you have that peppery smoke, that smokiness that, well, mezcal is also smoky, but...
yeah. Well, there's always a smoky version, usually.
Right.
Most.
So the deeper you get into, as you go to, like, añejos that are aged longer in the barrels, like, they give this peppery flavor.
I'm about that.
Yeah. And if it was just a little less sweet, and a little bit more pepper. But still, these things are fucking good. By VMC 5.5.
A little more peppery, a little bit more dry for the fellas, and keep it how it is for the ladies.
Keep it for the ladies. Look, I don't have Alizé at my house for me. I have Alizé at the house for the ladies. I don't have Alizé. I don't even know. I bet you can find that shit still.
I haven't seen that in forever.
I don't know, man. I still see Boone fucking Farms, the goddamn OG wine coolers, dude. Yeah. You know, it was crazy because back in the day, those were... The ready-to-drinks were the most laughed-at genre of alcohol. Like, the bums didn't drink that shit. Like... Mostly because Bartles and James was fucking like 3.8% and it was just all sugar. But they're everywhere now, man.
It's come a long way. There's still more. I feel like it's more a 50-50 now where you get half that are good and half that are eh.
So I want to, since we're still drinking, we're chit-chatting, and I don't want to cut segment 2. Let's bring in some baseball.
Oh yeah, we haven't talked baseball.
We haven't talked baseball.
And the Giants are falling.
I know, and the Mariners kind of in their wafty range where we're doing the roller coaster thing. We're still a half game up, and we're 5 games over 500. So in the season, we're fine. Yes, we're still. You're
still leading the West.
Yes,
I just fell behind the Padres.
Yes.
I mean, technically, we have the same amount of wins, but they have less losses.
Mike Trout came back, so that's good. Shout out to him for coming back from a knee bruise, as it was.
Stay healthy, my guy.
Everybody needs to. Acuna came back. You need to stay healthy, too, sir. He roped his first fucking hit.
Yeah, we talked about that last podcast.
So dope.
Just what a welcome back.
Yeah.
Braves needed him so bad.
Yeah, dude. And I think that maybe that juice stimulates that team, because that NL East is no joke, dude.
Yeah.
Like... I mean, you got the Blue Jays playing good ball, other than the AL, I'm sorry. The Phillies playing good ball. Citizen Bank, I want to go back out to Philly and go to a game. That'd be cool. I've been watching baseball, bro. I like baseball. I have to sit there. I have to remind myself how much I like baseball, though. Because, I forget. And then when I get into a game, I'm like, yes, I do like this game. You have to have time to watch it. You just have to be patient. Baseball is a game of, it's each pitch at a time. But I guess football's kind of the same way. There's 40 seconds in between every fucking play, right? Now, some plays can be absolutely electric, but I guess that's like a home run, obviously, But
yeah, I mean, you still get those plays on both sides. Baseball, again,
What up to the pitch clock, though, has absolutely sped up the game. We've shouted that out several times. It has, yeah.
And going to the game is just great.
I know. Yeah, because you know that the pitch is coming. You literally see when the guy's got to throw it. And it's not just batter's doing a 30-second thing. Pitcher's doing a 30-second thing in between each pitch.
I don't know. Baseball on TV, I can get into it still, but when you're there, it's different.
True. I will say this. Baseball fans out of any other fan, it's a very different genre of fan. Football, basketball, even hockey are they're kind of more similar fan bases. Baseball is just different, dude. The way that you heckle in baseball, the way you tailgate in baseball is different than the way you tailgate in any other sport I've been to.
Tailgating's great, though. I saw them doing some tailgating for the NHL, some NHL teams tailgating.
Why not?
I'm all about
Why
it,
the
dude.
fuck not, dude?
Tailgating's great.
It is. No, I'm not saying it's. I'm just saying the average MLB fan is a different kind of sports fan. Same with the NHL fan, really, because true NHL fans are deep. They have a cult following over there.
We haven't talked fandom in a while, but just I think.
Well, we're doing it now. We're doing it right now.
Is game experience a college game? Preferably for me, football. I think that's just the best for tailgating and
college football. Yeah, for sure. The pageantry is unbelievable, undeniable.
From before to end of any
event. No, a college
that's
football
the
game.
Event I want to be at.
If you go to your team, and what's crazy is USC is technically, but Nevada would obviously fall under the umbrella for you as well because you're an our boy. But I haven't been to a Washington game. To go to a Husky game would be fucking lit, especially that year that we went to the title. I bet you that and seeing all the purple and gold from new to old to alternate to like what the best part about going to a game for your team is seeing the colors. People have unbelievable hats, jerseys, different setups. Like it's so cool to see the spectrum.
And you spend your entire day for that, and you don't regret it at all.
You can't. Even if the game doesn't go your way, being around your people and having that vibe for 3 hours is so nice. Like
euphoric.
It is. It's fanatic. It is though. It's why we, are so juiced about this podcast and sports, man. Like it's part of our lives. Like whether you play it or not, you can appreciate the athleticism and just like the camaraderie. I get it from like some people's standpoint. It's like, oh, I don't know why these guys make so much money and it's just sports and it's a child's game and blah blah blah. The thing about athletes, the right ones, because there are shit ones, just like any celebrity or whatever.
I mean, it's people.
You're right. Yes. But there are great athletes who are philanthropists who go right back into their city and donate so much money and put on meals and shelters and different events and like...
Better for everybody.
It's so good for those communities to have those things. Like, and the ultimate sacrifice is when a fucking billionaire owner moves a goddamn team for whatever reason. Yeah, I was the sacrifice. I was the sacrificial lamb. What the craziest part about that one is going from Seattle to Oklahoma, though.
Yeah, that sounds like it's a smaller market for sure.
Doesn't it? Like non-biasedly. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna rant because I could, but I'm just saying as far as like a logistical standpoint. Thank you. Why? Seattle is like within the top 10 markets of the nation, like in football and baseball. The Sonic. Fuck you, Howard Schultz.
He's not on the shit list.
Ooh, he's not active.
Yeah,
that's a retroactive. I mean, that's a permanent for me. So like, I don't want to do that one. I appreciate you guys, right? Like, if you were to like, that would be an exception to the rule. That'd be a perma one, but it'd have to come across all y'all to agree.
Yeah, we definitely would need Z here.
Yeah, no, that's an asterisk, folks, because he hasn't owned the team in forever. But the reason why they moved was because of him. So fuck that guy. Like, so whether he goes on that list or not, he's permanently on my shit list. Like, and David Stern let it happen, and I can't talk shit about him because he passed, and the way he passed was really sad. So I don't want to go down that route. But god damn it, dude. Like, fandom when you're around and just seeing the history is so cool, man. Like, even that's why going to even other stadiums and just soaking up their history is fucking cool too. Like, I've been to Niner games at Levi, like, and it's cool if you can fucking just let the day just be what it is. There's so much history for the Niners. Now, I made one game at Candlestick. I will say that I did get to see one Seattle. It was the last year of Candlestick. It was the first year of Russell Wilson. It was when he was a rookie, and it was the last year of the stick. And you guys whomped us. But it was cool. It was cool to see it before it changed to Levi, as it were, where it was still in the city.
It was once great. Towards the end, not
it was
really
rugged,
so much.
Dude. No, I won't say it was a nice stadium, but no, you knew what you were getting yourself into. Like, if you've spent any time in the city, like,
it's very San Francisco, very much that experience of just going to that park and just trying to get in and out of there. That fucking mess that whole thing was.
Well, yeah, so now you're in the suburbs. Levi's just like, it's so weird. Levi's like, it's like apartments, and then you come up over this little like bridge and you drop it and boom.
There it is.
There it is. It's just like, holy shit. Like, okay, dude. It's a nice stadium. Actually, people kind of shit on that stadium. I really like that stadium. Now, for when you're the guest and the sun is coming on you, that's tough up in the rafters, because I always pay for the cheap seats when I go there. But
random fucking sidebar that just
sidebar.
Have you been watching The Last of Us at all?
No.
Last episode they had a
it
shot
was at
in
Lumen,
the Quest
where
field, pretty much. It's just where everyone.
I did see. I saw the still of that they camped out at Lumen Field. Yeah, which is cool. I'm cool that they did something there. That makes sense. Like, Seattle's a refugee city. We're not a politics podcast, so we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole. But Lumen Field is cool. I've only been in it as Quest. It got rebranded. I only Quest. I didn't even go during CenturyLink. Like, then it was CenturyLink. That's when we won our chips. And then now it's been Lumen for 4 years, 3 or 4 seasons.
That seems like a raging atmosphere.
Dude, it shakes, dude.
I love rafters, that shake, bro.
I was so scared, dude.
You were scared?
Yeah, I was excited, but fear boner. Watch the league; it's hilarious. But the rafters, we're in the last time. Yeah, the last time I was in the stadium, we were in standing room only on the 3rd floor and on the concourse basically, and we were up 28-0. It was a great game for the Seahawks, not for the Niners. I was with Mikey. Ouch. Yeah, big diehard Niner fan, right? I wanted y'all to score. I wanted to see him at least get a touchdown.
You did.
I didn't. I wanted to tell him otherwise. So we shut y'all out 28-0. But when we were going in, when it was 21-0, and we went to score that 4th touchdown, that was a true red zone. And I mean, concrete rafters, you guys, not these fucking college or high school inducing. Yes, I mean it was insane, and that feeling cannot be matched. The only thing I've ever come close to something of that nature, and most people won't necessarily, is a good mosh pit. It's same concept as far as movement and feeling and whatnot, but when it's what a professional sports stadium seats 60, right? Ish. You got 60,000 people just fucking going for crazy, it. Yeah, man. Dude. It's an unbelievable feeling. Because even in that moment, the Niner fans are going crazy because they don't want us to score. So both sidelines are going fucking bonkers.
Yeah, the energy is unmatched.
Dude,
unmatched.
I want to go see, I think the best thing, one of the next best things you could experience in sports would be a at home in the playoffs walk-off winner. Ooh. You're just hanging, everybody's hanging, right?
Got that.
And then that one swing of the bat and you hear it and you just, the whole place rips off. Yeah, that would be another one that I've never experienced. I've seen plenty of homers live, but never a playoff, clinching walk off. That would be
peak.
Yes. Where you got the fans on the fans on the fans inside the stadium, right? There's no casuals during you ain't getting this ticket. Well, it depends on the franchise though. But in New York, those they bleed Mets and Yankees out there. They're not gonna let you in. Speaking of which, the Yankees are kind of slumping. The Dodgers right now are absolutely waxing that ass. Yeah, but the Dodgers have been kind of losing too. So I mean, it's not they haven't been as good as people said they could potentially be.
Been a bit injured.
Well, we'll take it.
Well, yes, but. Man, I think that's the only reason it's as close as it is, unfortunately.
Good ball, though. Good ball. All right, I think we're going to finish these here Palomas, take ourselves a break, come back for segment 2 with a little bit of NFL.
All right.
Good shit. Welcome back, everybody. Nice dark beer to start off segment number 2 of Pod 98. Ooh, smells good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. That's not 13%.
I mean, it's a little bit of a thickums, but it's not overly thick.
Wow. It's when we
that back end is nice.
Super chocolatey.
Yes, I like the chocolate.
So this is called Trolls.
A best, one of the better labels.
It's fucking sweet, dude. It's one of the things that pulled me into
Instagram.
Instagram. 3 Floyds out of Munster, Indiana. So shout out Pacers, dude. I pulled this just like it was meant to be. There you go, because the Pacers need to win this fucking finals.
This is desserty.
It is. No, it's a barrel-aged imperial stout with vanilla beans added. So that's that sweetness that cuts through that barrel. But yeah, 13%. It's going to be throughout the segment, as it were. But very, very good. I'm going to take another sip, and I'm going to, it's kind of velvety is the way I would describe it.
Yeah. It's rich, creamy.
Dude, that's for 13%. For 13%?
Yeah, it doesn't have that bite.
It does not have like the barrel burn, which to be fair, I'm not mad at a barrel burn if I go into a bourbon barrel aged. Like a little bit doesn't bother me because I know that's what comes. It can come off hot. It can come off a little hot.
Sure, but for me, that the profile of the flavor though plays a big part.
You get a little oaky?
When that heat hits, if it's right or not.
Do you get a little wood on the back end? A little oaky? Just a little oaky? I get just a little bit as it sits. The vanilla kind of fades and I get that barrel. Yep. And it's weird, but if you talk to somebody who enjoys like whiskey or tequila or hard, the barrel flavor, the sit of the barrel is very fucking important. Like that last flavor that you get is what the barrel flavor is, and that means like a whole lot. If that shit's stanky, if it's not right, then that booze ends poorly. All right, so the NFL is past what you would call all of its major markers outside of we just started OTAs, right? So we're kind of in that moment where we have the regular season, but we don't necessarily – all we're pulling for is no injuries, right? Good practice. Because here's the thing with the NFL. All you're going to hear is smoke at this time of year. Guys doing great. We're great. Everything's great. Shadur's going to start number one. Dylan Gabriel's going to work in. Great. Like, Joe Flacco, like, great. It's
smoke.
As long as there's no injuries, and I pull for that on every team. It's not just mine. No, I don't want to see injuries anywhere. That's the most unfortunate part of the game. It's fast-paced. It's high intensity. And if you don't move your body correctly even just once, you can pop something, you can tear something, you can land on something wrong. Like there's a whole myriad of things that can go wrong pretty quickly.
Yeah, and that's what's behind the popularity too, is you want to see the best of the best. They're giving you everything.
Elite explosive movement. I understand from the perspective of like, once again, one play happens, an average NFL play is only like 3.5 to 4.5 seconds. It's pretty quick. Then you're waiting for an extra 40 seconds until the next play. So as far as like gameplay versus length ratio, from the argument of people who don't find it interesting, I can get it. However, if you actually look at the intensity that is happening for those 4.5 seconds, it is unfucking real.
Yeah, like, unmatched as far as a team sport goes.
And you have guys of all sizes, shapes, colors, creeds out there. Like you got small fast ones, you got big fast ones, you got big loads, you got guys that are. It's just it's such a good mesh of talent. It's
variety
absurd.
Of athlete is
everywhere.
The greatest.
Oh, dude, from top to bottom for sure. Like you can have a fucking 5'9", 185 pound safety or cornerback. That's quite common in the NFL if you're quick enough and you fucking have ball skills. But then you can have a corner that's 6'3", 205, right? Or then you can, oh my God, dude, the NFL is fucking bonkers. And anyway, so no injuries, right? No injuries in OTAs because everything's great. You know, we're gonna dive into our teams a little later, so I won't go into what I was just gonna sidebar into. But yeah, of course, the Seahawks smoke is like everything looks good. But the big headlines, as it were, that are going across is like, where the fuck is Aaron Rodgers? Does anybody even fucking care anymore? Are the Steelers going Mason Rudolph and Will Howard? Is that what's happening, Trev? Like, please give me some insight. Please let me know, because I'm lost, son. I'm lost.
Man, I understand everyone being out on Aaron Rodgers for the way he handles his business. But the Steelers need him so bad, it feels like. Mason Rudolph, you want that going into the season?
Honestly,
with Will Howard?
At this point, you're pulling Will Howard.
Yeah,
why not?
Sure.
See what you got.
But you know what you have in Mason Rudolph. The whole season.
You wouldn't think so. I agree. No, I'm not saying you're wrong. If
you're a fan and you have that, you're like, we're going to be another mid-level team. We're going to win games that we shouldn't win. and get a shitty draft pick and not go anywhere.
Well, because the shitty draft pick isn't even the good draft pick. You literally mean the shitty draft pick in the sense of, no, the mushy middle is the worst.
Yeah.
You either want to be the top or the bottom. Right there in the middle is where shit gets convoluted and it doesn't make a lot of sense.
And that's where you are as a Steelers
right.
fan.
If you're good, then excellent, whatever, we'll build. If you're bad, then, you got the equity to take some big swings. But if you're just kind of there, you never get the equity to do anything excellent.
And at least with Aaron Rodgers, the hope that, he finished last season all right. His numbers weren't so bad. He had that injury to get over.
He can read the football field better than almost anybody on the football field.
It hasn't been MVP level, but still it's better than what you have by far. By far.
Not even... It's not even the same motherfucking ballpark.
Yeah, bro.
It's not. It's a completely, to even think that... Okay.
Mason Rudolph?
I know.
We talking Mason Rudolph?
Not the game, but Mason motherfucker. It's funny because I fall...
Sorry,
it's true. I fall on the idea that probably you should stay in-house at this point because Aaron Rodgers... is going to come. This is a facility he doesn't know. It's not like him holding out on the Packers where he can come back and he knows everybody. It's his house. It's his house. He knows all the staff. He knows everybody and everything.
His free agent players that always seem to follow him to whatever team
I'm not even talking about the teams. I'm talking about he's never been in the facility. He doesn't know anybody in Pittsburgh. How's he going to show up the day that becomes important and be an impactful player?
And you still take that over what they have.
It's nuts because they probably will. But I just...
It seems like you're already past it. Beginning of the season is hope for every team, and it seems like they're just a hard pass. Get out of the gates.
You cannot win in today's NFL, at least at the highest of levels, without a quarterback. You can meander. You can be in the 9-8, 10-7, 11-6 at best conversation.
You're hoping that Will Howard develops.
Sure.
This year it's a struggle,
don't want to put him out.
Maybe there's a future there. That's your best.
So are you saying that you put him out there now then if you don't come across another quarterback? If it's Mason Rudolph and Will Howard, you go Will Howard.
Yeah, we've seen Mason Rudolph.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Mason Rudolph is better right now.
He can throw some decent balls.
But who the fuck cares about right now if that's all you have?
Agreed. Because that's the mushy middle. Because that's 9-8. You don't want 9-8. You do not. 9-8 one season is okay. Fuck. But you either want to be really good or really bad in this league. That middle is a tough life.
I mean, we talked about it before that Cousins wouldn't be a good fit late in the year there, but I think that's still a play for them to make.
I wonder what's going to happen with Cousins. That's a good bring up because I think that he still has more than enough knowledge and arm strength to wheel and deal. But
if they don't get Rodgers, that's still their best move.
It has to be, right? Because he wants out. But at the same time, then Atlanta has to basically tell Pittsburgh, all right, well then you're going to pick up some of this contract too, right?
That's the other thing you're going to.
You know what I mean?
If you take him on,
right? Really. You have to eat some money for sure, and you just paid DK. Shout out to Seahawks for that. I honestly think that was a great offseason move. I know that maybe once again I'm bleeding into Seattle, but I'm just saying we trading DK for a 2 when we got him for a 2 was. That seems like good value to me.
Good value, yeah.
Anyway, no.
The only thing with getting Cousins though is how much does he really change the overall? I feel like you'd feel better for the season, but the postseason I still would be
shaky at best. But I also think that Will Howard is a Kirk Cousins-esque style quarterback. So if you're gonna do that, then just send out the either that or send out the sacrificial lamb for this year, knowing that you're probably gonna eat a bunch of crow with Mason Rudolph, right? And you just whatever may comes, and it sucks for the veterans who are aging out on that team. But then you basically, deal with whatever the offseason brings, and you sign TJ fucking Watt, whatever the hell you have to. I cannot believe that they are not meeting terms with him. They say that there's still a handful of millions of off. I don't know why a handful of millions makes a difference. sign the man. Find a way to manipulate it on the back end or something. Good fucking
he's
Lord.
The representative of your team at
Right,
this point.
and he is a top 10 overall player. I don't know where you would put him necessarily. I'm not going to try to do that, but he's somewhere in that immediate top 10 of players that impact the game across the fucking league, right? He was a defensive player winner and in the race this last year as well. So, I mean, you can't shit on the dude. Well, they kind of, I don't know, why pay DK? Why pay DK? Trade, thank you, Steelers, by the way. Gave up a 2 and then gave him 150, dude. Seattle win, bro. Even if the receivers, Cooper Kupp, I'm once again diving into the Seahawks. I'm sorry. We're going to do some individual dives here soon. We will. Yeah, no, like, I mean, later in this segment, I just want to, not do that right now.
Sounds like you kind of are.
I know, and I'm trying real hard.
I get it, though. Like, no, like, Seahawks team building wise, I feel like there's been a lot of nice moves. There are, of course, the questions that will determine whether you're a competitor or not this season.
Well, of course. Keeping Darnold upright.
Yeah, keeping him upright, how he performs.
Period. No, keeping him upright. He has a great QBR when he's in a clean. What most quarterbacks do, not all, but if you keep him clean, he's statistically a top 5 quarterback.
Above average last season, at least.
Right, which is what we're going to go off of. No,
I'd say
I know.
the Vikings is a little bit more favorable.
Well, we don't have Justin Jefferson. I love you in Jigba. I love you, Smith and Jigba. You my homeboy, but ain't nobody JJ. Yeah, dude, that's a bad man. Like hands, feet, speed, awareness, length. He's just got prototypical size. Like. Great athlete. As we were just talking to about, like, that's the 1% of the 1%ers right there. Like, it's funny because if you were probably to see him in street clothes, you wouldn't think much of him. But in between the fucking lines, like, I'm not saying he's, like, intimidating. He's a sizable dude, but, like, you wouldn't be like, yo, this guy's a fucking, like, world athlete, right?
Well,
I mean, am I downgrading him?
I mean, personality-wise, he's still going to stand out, and he's going to get that attention.
He's got that swagger, no doubt.
You're going to notice that, at least.
Sure.
I mean, of course, he doesn't play a position that's maybe not the freak athlete that a defensive end might be, or
I disagree. I feel like the athleticism to play wide receiver, to play cornerback, to play either of the tackles.
Agreed.
Or
I'm just saying
right?
He's not as big.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And he's not the fastest wide receiver. He's he's definitely fast.
Silky smooth though.
He's silky.
He knows where to cut. He knows his spatial awareness is next level. Like it bothers me how good that dude is at football. Like, and I shout out, dude. Just come Seahawk. No, trading DK was good. Do you think trading Debo was good?
I have a feeling he's going to have a good season. He's in a contract year. But the way that the contract was constructed, it wasn't great.
It wasn't. Not for you guys. Not at all. No.
Obviously, from the structure of that, it wasn't something that was planned. I think they were really counting on having him one more year. And I would have liked to have him one more year. But, I mean, I think it was kind of already in the cards that he wasn't going to be the long-term obvious solution at the position.
I understand slowing down, getting older, right? No, it's what he once brought to the team. It's not that he is a bad football player, but
not at all.
Unfortunately at this point, well, I just say from a talent, like he's not as explosive as he once was. He's still a log to break down, don't get me wrong.
I think he's still going to have an explosive season this season. But how many after? That's where I kind of that's how I kind of look at it.
That's fair. And then I just think that, getting him off the books and getting, a 5th, it wasn't anything necessarily crazy.
No.
But, I mean, if he's not the future, getting anything for him is technically a win, right?
Yes.
It's better than a cut than a fucking post designation June 1 cut, which actually brings me to another part of the Niners trying to get Michael Huff.
Deal is in place,
right? Correct.
For some picks to bring him over. He had a lackluster year in Philly. Didn't seem to fit. Only had 2.5 sacks, I believe. where the season before he had 10 for Sala in New York.
Well, I also think that he just necessarily didn't get in that rotation. That rotation was fucking insane. Brandon Graham, Jalen Carter. You had Fletcher's retired. Who else was on that fucking line? Dude, Melton Williams, who just signed with the Patriots. Got that bag. Shout out to you, dude. It's capitalize when you can. If there's a contract year, it's funny. Like the idea of a contract year, if there's not anything that drives an athlete to perform better, I don't know what would, right?
And with the timetable, the deal's not scheduled to go through until after June 1st,
right?
Because of the way money frees up and the way that works out.
Yeah, there are multiple timelines for like guarantees and like set-ins and stuff like that. So
yeah,
or
money off the books.
When you cut, cut or trade in the previous month or two.
And I love this for Sala in the defensive line. I think our defense is going to be great again.
God damn, I hate that.
I
think having Sala back is going to put a Band-Aid on a lot of what could have been defensive deficiencies. You lost a lot.
No, if we didn't get Sala, I think the Niners would be in the trouble that a lot of people predict.
Big time, yes. But
with Sala back, I have that hope that things can be corrected to make it difficult.
He's going to at least scheme it. He's going to understand the talent and scheme it correctly. He's not going to try to bring his scheme, as it were. He's going to bring the scheme that needs to happen. Like, Sala is a great on-the-fly D coordinator.
Yeah, just with the Jets last year. They were top 5 defense before they let him go. And then after they let him go, they were a bottom 5 at the end of the season.
Say. Wow.
That's a drastic change.
I know.
That's drastic.
Yeah.
And to have that familiarity, get him back and bring him everything he wants as far as the draft and players he's familiar with.
Your first 5 picks were all defense. 2 on the defensive line. Like,
defense is going to be legit.
I respect it. Purdy getting paid, I think, is the right move overall. I like that contract for you guys, so I would imagine you like that contract. You didn't like.
Oh yeah, we talked about it. I love
squeeze
it.
To 60 could have been.
Haters are all we'll see, but
everything's a we'll see.
Yeah.
Even at 50, even at fucking 50, dude. Tua, Lawrence. Like, there's these guys that are at 50. I mean, even to be fair, as much as he's a great slinger of the football, Herbert hasn't done much. He's won 1 playoff game his entire fucking career.
Haven't had the playoff success. I mean, Dak getting 60 seems extreme as well.
And I love that. It's my favorite contract in the NFL right now. We're going to cheers to that. Hell yeah. Come
Cowboys.
On. Yeah, fuck them.
Oh, man. Can't wait until we get to the conference rankings and standings.
Well, the NFC East is going to be a fun division to watch. It'll be really interesting to see.
And the AFC West.
It'll be
and the AFC North.
I'm extremely curious to see who the Giants put on the football field as a quarterback. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston, Jackson Dart, and then Tommy Cutlets.
I think they'll have the most success if they start Dart sooner, but I think they're going to go the other route and kind of wait on him, and I think that's going to cost them some games early.
So who starts? Winston or Wilson?
Wilson's better than Winston. Winston's become more of a good team guy, but I still don't trust him.
You can't. I mean, he's a turnover machine. I understand it. Wilson is slower, but when he does good, he does good. Winston is a true crapshoot. Like, roll of the dice.
Yeah, Wilson has more of the efficiency.
Correct. You keep the clean pocket, he can wheel and deal. Winston is just figuring it out on the fly. Yeah, well, that too, for sure. And his hot is great to watch. It's hilarious.
It's better than Wilson's,
Agreed,
to be fair.
But he's hotter less.
Yes.
Right? So it
just lacks the consistency.
Right. Well, yeah, dude, that's what got him ran out of Tampa Bay, and then he's been a mercenary ever since. But the guy can throw a football a fucking mile still, so it's not a question of, can he throw the football? Sometimes he just makes terrible decisions. And Wilson, man, I have to speak highly of him. He brought me a chip, and he was the most relevant quarterback the Seahawks have ever had outside of. I love Matt Hasselbeck. Shout out to you, number 8. You got us to a bowl, and then we got robbed. But
Steelers.
He's corny as fuck, but dude, his moon ball when he was hitting that with Tyler Lockett, Doug Baldwin, like you'll see some of the prettiest moon balls you've ever seen come out of Russell Wilson in his younger years. And his escapability in the pocket was elite for his first 5 years. That's why he started, is because he could.
He's kind of lost that.
Oh, big time. That's the reason why he's not. That's the exact. He still has a decent. His throw is still good if he can step into it, but his escapability has gone from a 9.5 to a 4.5. So he's just not quick twitch enough, or he can't. He's not strong enough to necessarily get anybody off of him with a stiff arm anymore. He's going down. You get a full DE arm on him with pulling down. He's going. Yeah, he's going down.
He's Aaron Rodgers taking the slide.
Well, of course, dude. If he can slide, he will absolutely slide. He's not going to get no contact. But I think you're right there. I think Wilson probably starts in New York.
Start dark, man.
And what we were kind of poking at here, the other fucking QB goddamn question mark is Cleveland, right? Joe Flacco's got to start out of that group, for fuck's sakes.
Early reports out of OTAs is Kenny Pickett's lead in the clubhouse. If I'm Cleveland, I'm just playing. I guess maybe because Pickett was a first-round pick.
Shut up.
Take a look.
Joe Flacco's a goddamn Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Who got into the playoffs by himself a couple of years ago.
But
the guy's got a track record so much. Okay,
yeah, but he's at the end of his career.
I get it.
You need something going forward. So he feels like the backup. You're either going to have a former first-round pick or you're going to have one of the rookies. And really, I feel you would be more excited about the rookies. But that is a fucking mess.
Cleveland,
either way.
It is. It's a shit show out in that fucking QB room.
And you traded back in the draft, so you'd have another option to trade up in next year. So, might as well play the young guys, because if neither one of them pops, then it makes all the sense to just take that quarterback high and just...
Then it's just dog shit and cut everybody and just start again.
Clear the slate. You'd feel much better as a fan if that happened. You would. If you were rooting for Cleveland, that's what you want to see.
Yeah, well,
you want to see one of your rookies either perform.
You've already suffered enough as a Browns fan, so
cut
another...
It.
Yeah,
cut it.
You need to cut it. Your price is way too high. Browns, you need to cut it. No, Browns, you need... Man, they are in purgatory. They
can be, or they can find something.
I would say...
Stefanski's not a bad coach.
Question. Browns have a better room than the Steelers?
Yes. Because they have more options.
They do.
And I think they have a better group overall. With the Steelers, it's two guys. It's your rookie Will Howard, or it's Mason Rudolph, the guy that you know already. And what you know, you're like, nope. Not for a whole season.
Good, not great. Right, he's a bridge guy. And he's a great locker room guy, so it's not like I want to kick him off the team, but you don't want him starting 17 games.
No, great backup.
Yeah.
Starter... hasn't shown it.
No, and he had a run with the Steelers already. He played was it six or eight in a row?
He's had his shot to take a chance.
Couple of them.
It looks like he's might get another.
He went even down to Tennessee and played a handful of games because fucking Will Levis was eating a bag, dude. Turnover machine. Unfortunately, his young career is pretty much left the backup and or over at this point.
I'd take a swing at him if I was the Steelers. I mean, between him and Howard, I don't feel like there's a big difference.
It's not a terrible three in that three.
At least you have another guy that you can try out.
He's young, no, I know, and he's played NFL games. He's thrown NFL touchdowns. He's got a great arm. He's athletic. Will Levis is not an unathletic quarterback. He just didn't read properly. He made really bad reads in really critical times. So if you can coach that out of him, then he can be, I guess, useful.
And I mean, it also hurts that the team that he had around him. So you think if you have a better coach and you have better guys around him,
it was Callahan's first year. They knew they were taking a nosedive. They just signed Cam Ward. Obviously, they just drafted him, so he's gonna be QB1, right?
Yeah, obvious.
Right now in OTAs, they're splitting reps because honestly, I think it's smart. I didn't mind the Eberflus technique when he said Caleb Williams is our number one guy. He's going to be the dude. I get the confidence vote. It's because you had to, Eberflus. you were questioning your own self and your own job at that point, clearly. You lost a lot of games for Chicago that season and got DOS boot. I think that Ben Johnson, I think that that's going to be that was already kind of a precursor. It's quieted down because we haven't seen anything yet. But that's a huge potential storyline is what Ben Johnson can do with Caleb Williams specifically. Because if he was that good with Jared Goff, fuck, man. Like,
to be fair,
I
believe the Lions started out pretty slow last season. I want to say they were averaging around 28 points the first couple games of the season before it got turned up to 35.
28 still great. Dude.
No, it is. But coming into a new team, the new quarterback installing a new offense, you got to assume that you're going to probably have a slow start offensively.
But I don't know, man.
I expect it to kick in, but if it kicks in that division, I mean, you can't wait in that division.
You can't. That division is up there in the best in football, for sure. That NFC North is fucking best. Lit. It's probably got to be. Because, like, even though the Minnesota Vikings are a question mark because J.J. McCarthy is...
I'm still high on them.
I can understand. Roster good, coach good. Like, it's just really what is McCarthy going to do, right? And if he's even, like, above the average line, that team will be fine. It'll be a playoff team.
Darnold's play.
Even that, exactly, sure. Yeah, like, because that roster, they lost a few things in free agency. They lost Will Fries. They lost, they signed Will Fries. They actually, I'm sorry. They improved in the offensive line. I'm sorry, you're right. So, yeah, you got to keep your boy upright. He's got to have an arm. I know that he tore his elbow, so that's tough, but... Aaron Jones is still there, right, at running back. Hawkinson gets now a full year after the injury, right, because he was injured for like 2/3 last year. Like Jetta, Addison, my God, dude. Well, the AFC West, because not only is some good rosters there, the coaches are elite. The coaches are elite. They are the pinnacle of what the NFL has been over the last 20 years, basically. All of them got rings, right? Except for Harbaugh doesn't have one.
Harbaugh doesn't have one.
He's been there. Yeah, that's right.
Everybody is, we're in on Harbaugh. He's a good coach.
He took them +6 last year, dude. He went to the Chargers and +6'd them. In the NFL, that's not college. That's NFL, dude. That's a different monster.
And the rest of the coaches have a ring in that conference, man.
Some of them have a couple. Yeah. Fucking Andy Reid. Sean Payton only has one with the Saints. That was one of the best Super Bowls of all time.
Pete Carroll.
Right, has one. We love you, Petey. I know it sucks that you're in silver and black, and that's an old school rivalry. Most Seahawks fans these days don't give a shit about the Raiders, really.
It hasn't been what it was.
It hasn't. Well, because the Raiders haven't really been good, and we don't play each other anywhere near enough anymore. Yeah. Like we're not scheduled together. Like sometimes they'll force like rivalries, as it were.
I thought that might have been one that was scheduled more because of the past. Dropped off.
It has
quite steep.
And honestly, anything in the AFC West, like even the Chiefs, like we had a solid fucking rivalry with the Chiefs. It's just if we flipped to the NFC, it's the 2002 shuffle around when they brought in the Texans and everything. We won't get into all of that, but where was I going with said point?
I'm not sure. You didn't tell me.
We didn't tell nobody about nothing as far as rivalries when it comes to the Seahawks. It's the Niners. Speaking of rivalries, actually, this is what I want to bring up.
Week 1, baby.
You're right. The jerseys, have you seen that we're supposed to be getting rivalry jerseys?
No, but I'm about it.
Yeah. No, the NFL is branching into NBA territory with allowing more. You can wear these jerseys against a rival. And we are the first. It's the NFC West and the AFC West are getting the jerseys first this year. Sweet. And I'm wondering if, since we're week 1, and you would consider us your biggest rival, right? Right now, currently? Or the Rams. Not the Cardinals. Not the Cowboys. Maybe the Cowboys, because you have met in the playoffs a couple of times. But
we have the history with the Cowboys, and we have playoff games against the Cowboys, but with them not having success against us, it's kind of been one-sided. The division feels more important. The Rams are definitely a consideration, especially with McVay being part of that coaching tree.
Understood.
So it is close. Having you as a friend, though, I think that's kind of increased the rivalry even between us. Because it's like I was saying, between the Rams and the Seahawks, it's been right there at the top for recent rivalry importance. It's those two teams. Cardinals, obviously,
the three of us have been rotating. Yeah, the Cardinals,
Cowboys again kind of faded a bit. It's Rams and Seahawks, and the close games that we've had at the end of the season, thank goodness with the NFL schedules making it out that way, and in kind of the playoff games as well that we've had in recent history, I give it a slight edge, and you're a part of that.
And I love that. And that's why there's that fucking banner hanging up, boy. We got some banners. God, like... It's why we're drinking out of, Seahawks and Niner cups, dude. I need to get up for a game. I went up last year and saw a Mariners game, and I want to go up and catch I want to catch a Kraken game. I want to catch a Kraken game. Now, I want to catch a Seahawk game too, but I want to catch a Kraken game. And I want to catch whatever the Seattle basketball team is called. Come on! Oh, dude. I think going back to the finals, I think that we're in for some really good ball in this upcoming week or two. Who do you got? You got the Thunder. You obviously still.
I have to stick with it if I'm going to win the bet. Hat bet.
Well, yeah, that's true. It comes down to, all right, we'll rehash
talk about the hat bet?
We have not. Chuck has lost, and it has been an intense debate as to what hat he might wear. So it depends on if, unfortunately,
OKC wins or loses.
Right. So it's going to be shit either way. It's going to be shit either way. Right. Or they lose, but then Downey picks the hat and I wear a Thunder hat. But I would probably take that over them actually getting the title. I'd rather watch their heart break in real life and wear a fucking Thunder hat.
Boy's in a pickle. He's wearing a Niners hat.
Or a Thunder hat.
Or a Thunder hat.
Yeah, no, I'd rather wear a Niners hat.
This is the worst hat bet of his life.
And I lost. Yeah, I'm wearing one of those is what it is.
Yeah, it all comes down to the championship and Cardinal which one.
Boo, come on, Pacers. I would rather wear a Thunder's hat. I would. And I call them Thunders. Yeah, no, it sucks. I have to put some. It's like I have to wash my scalp immediately following that pod, dude.
Oh man.
All right, so in the NFL, right? We have nothing going on.
Not really.
No, it's unfortunate. But you kind of don't want to hear a lot of anything. The only other smoke that I have heard is that Stephon Diggs needs to be on the shit list.
I mean, there's guys I think that are equally shitty that we don't have on the list.
Sure, no, I know, I get it. He's where there's smoke, there might be fire. But he's apparently like not. Is he at OTAs?
I mean,
he was out on the boat with Cardi.
Sure, that's who he's seeing, along with 3 other ladies in some pink substance. You didn't see that bag?
Son, of course I did. Yeah. Pink. What could it be? I don't want anything pink.
That's
that
weird.
Doesn't make sense to me. Like, I don't. Is it soap? Like what? I know nothing about this topic. Halo. All we do is drink beer because we're over 21.
Yeah.
And smoke cigars.
Daddy cigars.
Dude, we're gonna have a smoke machine on the pod sooner or later. What we're gonna have is goddamn intro music, and what we're also gonna have is a guest coming up on Pod 99. So we're gonna figure out how
the glow up.
I love it. We're gonna figure out how to lay out potentially 4 mics, or just how to have 4 people speak on 3 mics.
Yeah, if I don't get a woman's perspective on the pod,
it'll be nice. Maybe, I don't know. Hopefully, we don't. She'll hold her. She's hilarious. Oh my god, yeah, it'll be fantastic. We'll see you. Follow us at X, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube. If for the pretty faces, make sure you're on Buzzsprout as well. Share that shit. And we're gonna come back. Pod 99. We're rounding out to 100 real quick. Money. That's fucking awesome.
We up there.
I love that. That's good shit. We're going to finish this fucking 13%er.
Oh, boy.
See you next week. Oh, I got a drink. I cheersed. Oh, no.